everybody? Wolf Overlord here, back with another story about my life. If you're not aware, Season 4 of Battle Royale was just dropped last night on FortNite, so be sure to check that out if you haven't. I highly recommend getting the Battle Pass for this season, guys. And, yeah, me and a few of my friends got our first victory of the season about 3 or 4 games in. So, that's the gameplay you're going to be watching today while I tell my story. Anyway, speaking of which, let's get into the story. I really hope you guys enjoy this one. Before we begin, I just want to say, if you plan on eating while watching this, pause it now and finish whatever it is you're eating. So, a few years ago, around the 4th of July, me and my friends, well, for the sake of this video, we'll just call them Josh and Steve. But me and Josh decided to stay the night at our friend Steve's. So the whole day we all did what we did every day, which was skate, and it was a pretty typical day. Once it started to get late, we skated to Steve's, which was in the next town over. We got to his house, watched some skate videos, ate some food, and pretty much just chilled out. But then Steve looks over at us and says, "Hey guys, check this out." I shit you not, this guy pulls out a bag of firecrackers and other fireworks. Like I said, it was around the 4th of July, but if I remember correctly, they weren't legal to be doing yet. So maybe it was after, I don't know. But he pulls out these fireworks and he says, "We're gonna have some fun tonight." I looked at Josh and we were like, "Hell yeah, let's do this." So we waited until about 12 in the morning. And then we sneaked out of Steve's house. We went a few blocks down, like in his neighborhood. It was quite a big neighborhood. It's almost like, not really country-like, but it was big. And we were setting off fireworks like as we were walking down the street, which was kind of sketchy considering the neighborhood was like super quiet, so there was no noise to cover us. We were the noise. And so we were setting off these fireworks, and Steve looks at us and says, "I have to shit, man." And by the time we were pretty far from his house, but we were like, "Alright, dude." So we started heading back to his place, and as we were walking, Steve stops and says, he's like, "Wait, I have an idea. Watch this." Then he runs over to a house that's for sale, okay? So, like, no one lives there, right? And he shits on the porch. And this is only the beginning. As me and Josh are like dying of laughter on the other side of the street. And yeah, I know this is pretty messed up, but Steve comes running back and says, "Josh, go put a firecracker in my shit and set it off." I have no idea why he agreed, but he took one of the firecrackers out, ran to the porch, put it inside of Steve's shit, and lit the fuse. Now, before we get any further, this wasn't an ordinary porch, okay? It was one of those porches that was like halfway, like, I don't know, I don't know why I said halfway. A hallway, okay? It was like a hallway leading to the door, you know, after you get up the, like, couple steps in front. Which means that it has walls and a ceiling. As Josh is now running back, the firecracker goes off. So we wait a minute to make sure nobody's watching, and then run back over to see what happened. We got over to the porch and I almost cried. This was horrible, okay? There was shit plastered all over the door, floor, walls, and ceiling. And I was thinking it would be hilarious if like a real estate agent had a house showing the next day, and when they got there, the first thing they saw was the shit all over the place. After that, we just ended up walking back to Steve's. Once we were back at Steve's, we asked him, "What did you use to wipe, man?" He looks at us and says nothing, then proceeds to pull his pants down, face the mirror backwards, and like the mirror that was leaning up against his wall, so it was like on the floor. He spreads his cheeks, takes his phone out, and takes a picture for Snapchat. So, yeah, guys, that's my story about my nasty friend. This kid was always doing crazy stuff like this, man. I don't know why, but it gave us good laughs, you know? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like, comment your own crazy stories about some of your nasty friends you might have. Subscribe with bell notifications on, and I'll leave a link to my last video in the description below, along with my social media accounts and gamer tags. And yeah, that's it for today, guys, and we'll see you next time.